Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Pool bringing you another game of Starcraft 2. Today's match is going to be between LiquidJinro, the amazing Terran player, and the one and only Foxer, otherwise known as MarineKingPrime. For those of you who did not know that, he originally went by Ellen Page. Actually, he might still do that. This might actually be... I'm not sure what account. I don't know if we're on the Korean server or not. But either way, I know that he went by Ellen Page on the Korean server, and then I thought he switched to MarineKingPrime for his name. Either way, that's no matter. This could just be a different account, or it really doesn't matter at all what this is. It is MarineKingPrime though, playing under the tag of Foxer, and him and Jinro here having a little bit of chat. He actually got some really decent English there, and I even had the pleasure of meeting MarineKingPrime when I went to an MLG, and oh my god, I flipped out. It was absolutely amazing. I just remember practicing there for my upcoming match, and I stood up to leave to get out of the practice section, and holy I can't say that word, but holy crap, MarineKingPrime right behind me. I'm like, oh my god, MarineKing, I love you. I was like, good luck, man. And he went on to eventually get knocked out. It was actually MLG Orlando in 2011, so Hug ended up winning that one. But God, when I saw the news that MarineKing was going to be there, I about flipped. You know what. So looking at the build order here, we have kind of an interesting proxy racks from LiquidJinro, and I can't really imagine that he would go for Reapers. He does have one gas though. Perhaps he will be going for a early Marauder push. Not entirely sure what he's going to be doing. He could just be getting the gas to trick MarineKing if he does scout. We are seeing a tech lab now. The reason that I say can't imagine him doing Reapers is because Reapers just automatically are incredibly mobile and fast units in the game. There's really no reason to proxy a Reaper. So I would imagine this has to be either a combat shield, marine push, or marauder. Okay, so there's the marauder. And as far as what MarineKing, aka Foxer, I'll just call him Foxer this game for nostalgic value. Foxer is going for just a typical marine one racks into factory, and whoa, LiquidJinro trying to build a bunker outside of MarineKing's base. Not really gonna work out considering Marines are amazing, and Foxer does not get cheesed too easily. As a matter of fact, he's a pretty good king of cheesing right now, or in the current metagame. Of course, he's also a pretty good solo player, but it does look like Jinro is going to be coming up here, and of course, one Marine's really not going to be enough to deal with the Marauder. About 4 Marines actually do quite well against them, but Jinro gonna finish up that bunker right there and come up the ramp with his Marauder. Marauder needs to focus on that Marine before the Marine does too much damage to him, and he is going to successfully be able to take it out. Now we do have 2 SCVs coming after this Marauder, as well as a Hellion and another Marine, but the bunker might be able to get finished. Foxer really needed to be focusing down that SCV if he could, but there's no way for him to be able to do that. But it does look like Jinro is going to finish that one bunker and kind of creep up here, building another bunker. Gonna be able to run away, and will that... Ooh, he does lose one Marauder there. He kind of needed to not lose that. However, one Marauder does make it into the bunker. He is safe and sound for now, and actually Jinro getting kind of gutsy with that SCV. Not entirely sure why he chose to attack with it. Probably a little bit of a mishap for him. And Jinro just pushing up the ramp here, trying to take out the Hellion. He does successfully take out the Hellion. Now he really just needs to focus on some SCVs and actually get to that Marine if he can in any way. Get to it. Of show being really effective right now, and this is actually super interesting. You hardly ever see TvTs where a Terran will go for a Marauder rush with concussive shell. This is more of a TvP strategy. However, I haven't been paying too much attention here. It does look like Foxer is getting Banshees, so Jinro really doesn't have anything to deal with it. He was able to get an engineering base, so he will have some turrets up hopefully in time, and from what I can tell, the Banshee will not make it to Jinro's base in time before the turrets get placed. Of course, he might still be able to do a little bit of toking. Actually, those turrets have an excellent placement. There's just about nothing that Foxer's going to be able to take out. He did manage to take out one SCV, and he might actually be able to do some building damage. That's about it. Nothing that's going to be unable to be repaired by Jinro. Now Jinro is moving his
Rags back to his base, and I believe that he is going to be laying off the aggression over here at Foxer's main, as there's really just no way for him to deal with anything that Foxer can throw at him right now. And as a matter of fact, it does look like well, the Banshee's actually just going straight for Jinro's base. I was going to say the Banshees could just go take out that bunker and that Marauder, but looks like Foxer finding a sweet spot here, and a little bit of a hole in Jinro's defense is going to be able to take out the starport relatively easily. Will the Viking finish for Jinro with SCV repair? I do believe that it will, and once that finishes, yeah, those Banshees are going to be completely shut down. There's actually nothing that Foxer can do against these. Is he researching Cloak? Does not look like he's going to choose to research Cloak this match. And now let's just take a little bit of a look here. Foxer about 3/4 of the way finished with his losing that Banshee. With his command center ready to expand, whereas Jinro actually should have capitalized on his advantage early game, but he did not choose to do that, and is actually behind a lot in supply. Let's go ahead and look here. Oh, I can't look at that. The harvester count for Jinro is actually really low. I'm not sure if I missed something or... oh god, I just feel like possibly I missed some harassment or something, but I really don't think that's the case. I think Jinro has just not been keeping up in the macro, and my oh my is really behind. Maybe he was just focusing on committing to that attack and thought he might win the game, but ooh, Marine King flying a Viking into Jinro's base, losing that. He definitely does not have any sort of air control at this point in the game. Let's take a look at the production tab. Jinro is still choosing not to go for another CC and really just committing to a one base game. And he's actually going for some Sky Terran play here. He needs to get a few more Banshees out before he can really be effective with that, though. He does have air control, however, and his Vikings will be able to take out the Banshees. However, one Banshee on Jinro's side, it's definitely not going to be enough to take out the amount of Marines that Foxer does have. And of course, Marine King just continuing to make Marines as he is known for doing, switching into a little bit of Marine tank Viking with like the occasional Banshee play there. And Jinro trying to go in for attack. He really does need to end the game right now if he can at all do that. And his Sky Terran really just not going to be that effective against this many Marines. Foxer just doing a great job with his macro and making good decisions, knowing exactly what units he does need. Jinro does manage to pick off one Hellion, so really good for him. And actually, he had a little bit of an advantage there where Marine King couldn't see up his ramp. Yeah, there we go. So I was going to say he could use his Banshees from that high ground to take out some Marines, but oh no! Jinro almost losing a Banshee right there. Tries to go in to get some Marine kills, but what's he doing? Oh my god, Jinro, you're scaring me to death here. About losing both of those Banshees over a couple Marine kills. I just kind of feel like perhaps if Jinro had gone for Cloak, that would have been a little bit of an advantage that he could have gotten, as Foxer doesn't really have any detection right now. However, oh, you see he's not even saving up for scans, so not even scared that Jinro's going to be going for Cloak. Now, man, Marine King just really knows his timings very well. He knows what Jinro's doing. He knows when he should attack, when he has an advantage in the game, and that is right now. Jinro, it's actually really interesting to see the Sky Terran play. You don't hardly ever see it anymore, so I am glad that he is choosing to do it, but it does look like Foxer is going to be coming in here with some Vikings, losing his Vikings. However, the Marines are in here, going to completely wipe out the forces of Jinro. There's really nothing that Jinro could do. Perhaps if he had siege mode and siege up on the higher ground, that would be nice, but he has been committing to air units this entire game. And oh, he actually does have siege mode, and he does manage to siege. And Foxer, who gives a crap, just going in, taking out so much stuff. Who knew Marines can survive those blasts? And oh my god, Marine King just manned up against that Jinro wall in and that tank there. Good god. So, man, I know I definitely would not have done that. I'm probably just too chicken. God, this is crazy. Foxer didn't even choose to put his tanks in front of his Marines. He just was like, whatever, you got a couple of tanks, I'll walk up your base and I'll take them out, no problem, man. And Jinro GG's to end that match.
Alright, thanks guys for tuning in. I should be casting another game here pretty soon. I'm going to hopefully get back to doing one a day if I can all help it. I do ask though that you would give me some feedback and perhaps some tips, things you would like to see. Even send me some replays. You can always send them to PullStarcraft@gmail.com. Thanks guys for tuning in. Have a good evening.